Currently down here with Coach Mini. Mini, this obviously was a very strong performance here for Fnatic, but you know, BLG had a lot of hype coming in this matchup, especially after what we saw against NRG. What were you telling the guys that you wanted them to just get ready for, especially going into this match against a BLG team that really has nothing to lose?
So like in Tokyo, we scrimmed a lot against the Chinese teams, Bilibili being one of them, and there's a very distinct Chinese style. Like we see it in League of Legends where they're really good at team fighting, and it's almost like in Valorant, they're good at team fighting. They're good at just dueling kind of as a unit. You could see that in some of the rounds. So as long as we didn't get caught off by that and we just stuck to a good game plan, prepared well, like we were fine. But this is the kind of team that, you know, can catch you off, so, you know.
But it also helps out when Boaster's hitting like that. Am I right? Am I right? Anyway, Vinny, appreciate you, brother. We'll send it back over to you guys.
You are right, GB. You are definitely right. I'm back here with Sideshow and Bren. I mean, I think you both kind of predicted maybe it would be a dominant on the side of Fnatic.
I'm
Did
disappointed.
you expect it
I'm
to
disappointed
be
with Fnatic, to be honest. It should have been clean, 13-0. I don't think they have a chance of winning the trophy if they're not able to, you know, win these kind of things cleanly.
They look phenomenal, honestly. I mean, they're getting caught out for a couple of moments, but also afforded a lot of chances as well. From top to bottom as well. I just love that Fnatic play without pulling any punches.
Yeah, definitely.
And they will never disrespect your opponent by just not prepping for them. I mean, clearly, they're coming into this match, prepping for it like it is any other opponent at this event. You've got to take it one match at a time, and they just want an easy path sailed all the way to the playoffs.
Yeah, very impressive start indeed. It's time for our Verizon high-speed moment, which actually were several moments, not just one, because it was a 1v1, a 1v2, and a 1v3 here, Sideshow, from Boaster.
Boaster was playing on fire during this game. He played so well in this 1v3 scenario too. Isolating duels. He's become a real clutch monster. If the rest of his team can't get it done to set him up for easy victories towards the end, then he's actually developed his play so much to the point where he can close out. It's not just Leo that has to be the hero in these moments. Boaster's got it.
That's the funny thing, right? Because people call them final bosses. I've heard Sliggy say it so many times. You got a Alpha your final boss, a Leo final boss, a Chronicle final boss, and a Durka final boss. But then, Bren, if you somehow get past those final bosses, you got a guy who doesn't lose clutches. He just wins clutches.
Got Boaster that's threatening to twerk of a trophy.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the first time we've seen him in clutch, because he is currently leading out of all of the players in this tournament in terms of clutch percentage.
What aren't Fnatic doing, you know, right at this point? I mean, they've got just so many pieces to it. It's almost annoying watching them because they will just win rounds off of sheer player quality a lot of the time. You don't even get to see the cool stuff that they have prepped that you know they've got prepped when they don't get tested.
Saving strats.
Yeah, they're unintentionally saving strats just through the player quality that they've got. Where you have players that are willing to, able to just win rounds out that they really shouldn't as well.
They're just in great form, and they look like they're on track for another trophy. Who's going to take them down? Doesn't look like it's going to be Bilibili today. And Fnatic has just storming their way through this. Lotus might be more interesting, though. Yeah. Because that is where we've seen Bilibili actually perform to a really high level already.
Yeah. I feel like when you lose like that, though, it's almost easier to mentally get over it. You got kind of owned on one map, GG go next, reset. But when you go to like overtime over and over again, you let it slip.
No, I definitely get that, but I also feel like Bilibili don't believe they can win either. Yeah. And when you get absolutely dominated, it just reinforces that belief. Like, yeah, of course we weren't able to win. They're Fnatic. You know, at some point, the fear of playing against Fnatic is also as powerful as what they're actually doing.
Well, I hope they do believe, because we have Coach Jackson standing by with Golden Boy ahead of map 2.
We're now joined by Coach Jackson of Bilibili Gaming and, of course, Wendy for the translations. This Fnatic team is so talented, and I know you knew that coming into it. What did you tell the boys so that they don't get overwhelmed by, you know, the strength of their opponent and also the moment playing in front of this crowd?
那这个问题想问一下教练的是，其实 Fnatic 毫无疑问是非常顶尖的队伍，有非常多很强的选手，所以说可能在比赛开始之前，你有告诉他们一些什么，指导他们一些什么吗？能够让选手不至于可能说因为对手的一些强劲的实力，包括说在这样大舞台上打比赛，在观众面前打比赛，不至于慌张。
Fnatic 确实是一支很强大的队伍。就开赛之前，我给队员们说，就是今天不要去考虑比赛的结果是怎样的，因为不重要。然后就是放开打，有决策、有想法的时候就叫上队友一起去干就好。
definitely Fnatic is such a strong team, I must say. And also, not before today's game, it's before this tournament. It feels like if we play against Fnatic, I just told my boys that you don't need to worry about the result. The result is not that important. The important part is once you have some ideas or plans inside the game, you should just do it to call the other teammates to give it a try. So that's all.
Hey, smart call there, Coach. Appreciate that one. Back to you guys over the desk.
Yeah, smart call indeed. And that's kind of what you were saying, right, Bren? Don't be too scared of them. Just go for it. Commit to your plans.
Yeah, you need some level of, I think, disrespect, because right now they are showing them a little bit too much of it. Maybe that's what he's popping off about right now currently as they're heading into our next map of Lotus. And it is, in my mind, I think the best map for Bilibili at the moment. It's also, you know, Fnatic, as I said prior, I see them as one of the best teams in the world at Lotus, I think. They're just doing things that no other team is. Yeah. There's a couple of advantages, though, for Bilibili, I think, that they can look forward to. And that's the calling style of, like, for example, FNS. In one of the reasons I thought that they got the upset over NRG is because the calling style of like IGLs like Finesse or like Boaster, they call around the map and they poke and prod when they're attack siding, and they expect a response, like a reasonable response out of it, like an optimal response, whether it's like spreading back out again. There was a few instances on Haven that I saw, and there were many instances when they played against NRG where they didn't get the optimal response. Bilibili love to stack sites at the first sign of it, and they don't fall for like the noise cuts, they don't really re-clear, and it can lead to a lot of missteps for these teams as well that are expecting the usual response. I think you can really play into that if you're Bilibili. You have to do the unorthodox if you're going to beat a team like Fnatic.
I totally agree with that. I think they need something unorthodox. I also feel like Fnatic are steps ahead of everybody on Lotus. You know, other teams are only just starting to copy Fnatic's Odin gameplay and that kind of stuff on this map. Fnatic already have counter strategies to what they're already running. They're already a step ahead of people who tried to copy them. So at that point, you're playing catch up constantly on this map. And it's just going to be another instance, I think, where Fnatic are going to be able to be so far ahead in terms of player quality and prep work. Bilibili are going to have this such a tough job trying to maintain this as a close game. And yet I do think it's more likely to be close than Haven.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday they had a tough job as well going into that series against NRG on Lotus. I don't think many people expected Bilibili to come out on top, especially, well, that was the map where they lost both pistols, right, and the bonus, and they still managed to win, which is crazy.
Yeah,
They've done the unthinkable. So, Brent, again, Fnatic, not a team that's completely impossible to beat. They lost to Loud on this map when everybody thought that they were going to win 100% against Loud on a map like Lotus, so yeah.
It's a hell of a lot of ass, though.
Let's go Bianca. I want to see Bianca on him.
Yeah, we need more of that Bianca form.
Here in the Prime Gaming Agent Select.
Here's the win condition, okay? Leo forgets how to play Valorant. Dies first every round. Bianca runs out there, fade diff, Bianca on him, hitting every shot, knocking people out.
I like it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to feed into that because the last map was Leo's highest ever first death in any game for Fnatic.
Well, that's it.
In
It's
a best
over.
of 3.
That's it. It's over. It's done. Wrap it up.
He died 3 times first, which is more than 3 times more than he usually does.
He died 3 times first?
Yes.
In a 13-2 victory? Cut him.
Oh my God. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Brent, come on.
Maybe not. Best player in the world, I think, Leo,
Yeah.
personally. I mean, the guy is just doing everything right at the moment. But, yeah, heading into this map, I mean, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it needs to be unorthodox. They need to, you know, essentially show some disrespect to a team like Fnatic. You can't go into it thinking you're going to lose. As much as the coach was saying, you know, don't think about the results, guys. You got to come into it, throw in punches back.
Well, let's see if they can Bianca all over them. Here's Pansy and Hypok.
Wow. That's a curious way to start things. How do you feel about Bianking on them?
There's some terminology there that I hope it doesn't stick.
Well,
I'm sorry, Josh.
Well,
but,
we'll find out.
Let's see if we see much Bianking on Lotus here. I mean, the concern for me is to come back to a point I made earlier, which is Fnatic. Yes, they've kind of stuck to their game plan. They've demonstrated their understanding of Lotus so many times, but they have so many different looks, so many tiny adjustments they're able to make on the fly with the same comp. The one that sticks out to me is their total shutdown of Paper X, a team that likes to get chaotic, play unorthodox, and Fnatic, they gave them all the space in the world. And how did that first half end? It was 12-0.
Well, that's great news going forward, Michael. Thank you for that.
I'm a man of optimism.
I can tell.
Saving grace, Fnatic starting the attack. It was a 12-0 defense.
Oh, fantastic.
So there you go.
There we go. Hopes
Yep.
are light again. I need to see Bilibili I just wish you could remove Fnatic's name from the server. See if we could maybe get that Bilibili we had in that previous game. But right now, staring down the barrel of a gun, this is going to be a rough start for the Chronicle, seeming all too aware of this possibility. There is an alarm bot in front of him.
They're just stacked up behind this as well. Fnatic toying with the idea of actually pushing through.
Oh, there we go. That's enough. That's enough felt there that something's a bit weird.
Yeah, Dirk has relayed that information immediately.
Here they are. And there they go. That's going to be one down. Bianc, though. There we go. Start we've all been wanting for. Bit of damage done. Dirk removed.
The wallbang actually connected. Alpha was at 34. He's now at 7 HP. So unlucky not to find that. And that would have been crucial to find a further advantage here. I mean, Chronicle tagged down to 74. You can't exactly call it an HP advantage. Bigger picture-wise, as Fnatic try and find some space towards B. Why is he just rattling off shots with the Sheriff?
Not finding, though, but it is a 4v4 post-plant. This is still pretty reasonable. I mean, Bianc's HP and YZ's is an issue. Yes, Alpha's low, but Alpha's a million miles away, and they are playing off-site in this. Two towards the connector, A side. Held back for now by utility. Can Chronicle try and corral the time though? Diffuse going to be started, does not get to halfway. That was the contact coming in through connector. Leo going to get himself involved in the equation. Going to spot the player, that's Chronicle finding him. And there they go. 3 standing, Fnatic with the first.
Unfortunately, Bilibili just in a position where, I mean, Rin's waiting behind this Viper wall for so long, but nothing else is achieved. There's no green light, no real point of weakness for Bilibili to really approach, to be honest.
Oh.
It was that one there.
Yep. I think I'm...
What does it take to make Mini happy?
Can he smile? I don't know. I don't know.
They've lost 1 series this year. And he's
furious.
livid.
He's absolutely up. They barely lost a round in the last map. He's still not happy. Wasn't a headshot. Durka, though, going to find the first here. That removes Rin. That's going to cause the rotation, cause movement from Bilibili. Does that then get exploited? See Fnatic aren't overly pressing this issue just yet either. Taking their time, see if they can feel out the response that Bilibili would want to be going for. All talk collected here for Durka. Building towards his first and foremost. Gone here. Stack towards B. So, Leo, we've heard his first deaths were very poor.
Unacceptable.
Mini's going to have a chat. Uh-oh, that's going to be a little bit of an alarm, but he didn't expect there to be so many. 4 bodies behind, they're pushing. Oh, Leo, another challenge potentially, but he's got Alpha by his side. And again, Fnatic just waiting patiently, feeding into them.
It's those sort of rounds, we saw examples of that versus NRG, around the Somme East, where Bilibili are happy to commit to some of these fights and maybe catch somebody off guard, but can't rock the structure of Fnatic. Total cleanup here between Alpha and Leo. And a stark contrast on the player cams, not just to Fnatic today, but versus what we saw versus NRG.
Oh, they were fired up before, and I kind of loved it. They were giving it to FNS across the stage. Like, where's that gone? I know it's hard when you idolize a team and you look up to them, but still, you're on the same stage. Meant to be equals in this. Almost back yourself a little more. Early progress again. Durka going to be farming throughout this.
And this is something that needs to be addressed and early on if you're gonna give across free orbs to Durka, or anyone on Fnatic, to be honest.
Yeah.
For their efficiency.
Bianc and K-Knight do try and hold on to the A side, but K-Knight's in danger. Durka was taken down pretty low here. Slowed down a little, held in place, but can't be exploited. K-Knight finally finds one, and it's only Alpha to be taken down, but effective trade still for Fnatic as YZ gonna swing out from the door side. Paint Shell to follow up, that could be good. But Durka gonna punish the overstep. Still keeping the man up. 3-2. Yosemite and Rin over on that B side, not a million miles away here.
Catch anything, no. 17. Try and slip through the wall, but Boaster's still behind
30
it.
30 seconds left.
In a position to backstab. any pressure that comes towards Durka. And Leo, of course, sleeping. Boaster will fall. 2v2 now, Lauren.
But it's Leo and Durka, right? This is going to need some big work. Clear backside. They know at least where one was, but they expect the second. Somewhat safe plant. Leo going to have to tank a fair bit of that, but does get away. And Durka needs to be on bodyguard duty. Gets to slip up towards him. They both do as well. That's nasty. To catch the cross. Takes a head off of Bryn's shoulders. Is now Yosemite. That's a 1v2. It's a good tag. It's not enough for the follow-up. Leo stays alive this time. Fnatic carving 3 now into the scoreboard.
You have to string much together. And Fnatic encroaching on some of these ultimates now. Bilibili desperate to commit to some of these. And we've seen a little more fight in Bilibili. Yes, we haven't seen success just yet, but I mean, Mini must have the same standards as Sideshow, I guess.
Apparently, yeah.
It's just unacceptable.
If someone can record the tape from Mini, only if I just want to hear. I just want to find out. As it stands, though.
Find you.
Fnatic taking far more control early on. First time we're really seeing them show their hand very early here. We do see an address of that C-site hold that's been really comfortable for Fnatic, taking that ult orb away. Now be Boaster's duty to keep in charge. As Chronicle could slip closer here. K-Knight waiting in that smoke. Got to be cautious. Just slips away. 3 of them holding it now. The weaponry is much lighter. It's a little bit trickier to find the value here.
Saw Rin try and make something work with a stinger. Previously, Alpha sharp on the swing.
A bit of a Xantara speak there for him. Durka just going to find it. YZ goes down, it's clean. Fnatic have the site. We know where the last 2 players are. This plays in Boaster with no more threat felt towards A. You should start wondering, considering.
The clearing.
All the time. The timing is horrific for Boaster there. Just as he backed away.
70's laughing as well. But not going to amount to too much unless they're given any exits in spawn here. I imagine Rin's probably just going to progress towards A site, apply a little pressure. Secondary objective, remove a rifle or 2, but
that'd be nice.
I think with Fnatic already starting to back away, it might not even happen.
Last player standing.
That's Chronicle, 1 away from the ult now, as is Alpha. Leo a little further off with 3. And a comfortable start here for Fnatic. I don't think we need to really highlight that too much. It's quite apparent. Bilibili not really finding that form yet. Waiting to see if that timeout comes in again. If there is adjustment here, they've got to do something.
Yeah, and this is something I said before Haven started. We had that one light bulb moment in one of the rounds where NRG were starting to play a little more loose, allowing a little more space for Bilibili to try and take control, commit to some set pieces, or try and find opening engagements. Like I said, they weren't winning them, but time and time again, they were at least, I hate even saying it, but creating a situation, and not just waiting for NRG to walk up and contact into them. But we didn't see that on Haven.
Feeling a little too passive for now. Do they start being instigators in these rounds? Oh, for YZ they're going through, so he's 1 off for himself. On the other side, it's been free farming by Mound, really. No one playing contact on C. Very deep positioning from Rin. Yes, the turret is there, but still, that's going to be the lockdown ready for Alpha, maybe aware of this possibility.
Probably as well. YZ, other side of the map, no chance to shut this one down. So Rin going to have to back away, respect this, concede, C site.
Bomb grenade out.
Going to be testing the retake here. Bilibili and Chronicle, potential to be played in.
I guess YZ's got a fair bit. Oh, the timing. Well, here we go. This could be devastating. Fortunately, I guess, in a weird way, K-Knight is late to that B clear, so not to be too worried about that back line, as he's going to be the one tasked with this. But does Chronicle check for this? Probably not. The timing, no. No consideration of it. And now we see the test on the site. A little trade there. Boast. Oh, big pick from Rin. Starting to clear on through. This is much better, but again, the stall on the site is good. This is tough for Bilibili to try and get towards that plant as they're wide out in the open. And Leo punishing 2, make it 3 this round in total, and it could be a 4th here for him. No, YZ! challenging desperately, but we note it. The time is running low, and Boast to be at the back line, it doesn't even matter. Time was the biggest enemy, and Fnatic may fall, but they claim a fifth.
It's heartbreaking for YZ falling to his own paint shell, but even so, there was still a gravity well at play for Boast to try and secure that. It's a 5th consecutive round. History repeats itself on Lotus for Bilibili trailing now.
Okay,
It's that fateful timeout here.
That one. That notable timeout. Minnie, please. I mean, to be fair, if
Is he on the Bilibili payroll?
He might be. But if you're going to be honest, this isn't sloppy from Fnatic, right? But if you're going to be a perfectionist, you look at that post plant, there were probably some things that he's going to sit there and go back through and be like, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah, why did you all die?
Exactly. The Reddit questions.
Yeah.
But it is true, though. You talk about discipline, if you're going to talk about kind of that, not the no respect style, but kind of playing to almost a zero chance level, maybe you could critique it. And I guess that's what makes Fnatic great, right? If we're going to be genuine, the fact that Mini is still finding fault when they're 5-0 up.
Well, yeah, you talk about Bilibili coming into this and trying to, you know, learn some things and take lessons away from everyone they play. Fnatic, same thing, right? If there's something here that, you know, if they play Fnatic elsewhere versus another opponent that Mini's not happy about, but certainly strange to watch.
So they come back into this Bilibili with plenty of ults, right? 2 off in the Nightfall, that's the only one that's missing. So they've got almost a full hand to play with. They've got a good purchase. This is arguably their best attempt yet to stop the rot, right? Change this very one-sided affair. Not an easy challenge, as Fnatic obviously fully cognizant of the fact that they have all these ultimates ready to be invested. But what do they do with this? What is Bilibili's plan here?
Bianca and K-Knight to actually hold down the fort here on C. YZ in close proximity with the showstopper also. Drifting onto the angle though, Durka will find the first.
And that feels
gets away scot-free.
Feeling a little reminiscent of that NRG style, but trying to heat up a little, that's better. Biang's found Boaster on the other side too, so this is actually not bad. This is going to add a little bit of a problem here. 3 left, Durka, Alpha, and Chronicle. Alpha looking for space. Clears some, going to cause some paranoia to mount. Do they fall off the back of this, or do they pivot? 50 seconds to choose.
I mean, it's drawn both players deeper on A at least. I'll actually pull Rin in towards Link, just inside the door. Leave Yosemite in a position where, I mean, he does have his Viper's Pit. If they're feeling as if they just need the wall on the board, you can't really fault the overinvestment.
Nope. I wouldn't mind it.
No.
At this point, when I'm having question marks about the map, I wouldn't mind it because you are the solo anchor here, really. Yes, Rin's close by, but still, look how far they're getting. The timing's everything. Rin can have the swing, and he's only going to get one. Traded out almost instantaneously.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, that's lovely. Nice stall there. Going to catch Alpha, leaving Chronicle with 13 seconds and a whole lot to do. 1v3, got to clear out the first. He's not going to be able to do it. Bilibili, finally make it on the board. Do we see a timeout?
The timeout buff.
Mini hits the button. He's like, boys, what's going on?
What was that?
What was that? What are we doing?
But, I mean, Bilibili also frugal in terms of the ultimates here. We're talking about, you wouldn't argue with the pit being invested, but beautiful shot from Bianca, actually.
Yeah, real nice. Okay, do it again. Do it again. Give us a game here. It's what we all want. The fans would love to see a little more out of this side. Certainly caught our attention after that NRG game.
Looking to potentially deny this orb now.
Would be lovely.
First time we're seeing a trap play set up. YZ coming across to maybe be the tip of the spear for them. Preemptive though. The C's will deny any progress.
Yep.
Beautifully controlled by Fnatic.
Kind of nullifying each side there a little bit, but again, very heads-up work from Fnatic. Learning on the fly without even being punished on it fully, which is very impressive. Durka double dipping on this, having a little look back towards that C side, but do we see the adjustment? Note the spike. Already starting to head back around to the rest of the map. Maybe the A end here. Still Yosemite to clear, and Rin, who did very well last round. TP towards Mound. Supposed to try and show presence, but I don't think they're going to fall for it.
No. Fnatic probably just going to stick to their guns here. Nightfall invested. Will no. Yosemite.
He's in trouble trying to hold towards tree, and actually the stall's good enough. Fnatic not finding free entry, 20 seconds. Yes, the lockdown there as well, forced to respect it. Pivot towards B. Can K-Knight hold them back? Alpha and Durka overwhelm him. Bianco with a lineup. 10 seconds now, Spike is left loose, and this is now problems for Fnatic. Scrambling for the Spike to go down. Chronicle willing to sacrifice himself if he must, and the overwhelm is there. Did I just see a shooting off the body, Mike?
Just checking.
Well,
Got chaotic there, and
well. All comes full circle now, doesn't it?
got to confirm your kills,
The double
especially
tap.
if it's Chronicle.
True.
Any questions there? The second on the board for Bilibili. Beautiful from Bianca. We saw so many moments versus NRG where he was pivotal to their success.
Would you say he was Bianking on them yet?
A mild Bianca in that last round for sure.
I see. Oh. There was a note taken there.
Yeah,
Someone's having a talking to after this.
in all caps.
Okay, 2 to 5. Again, give us another. One more go of things. The ults. Oh, belting shot to begin with. YZ. Blinking, you missed that one. Durka's gone. Big impact at the start, not seeming too aware of that possibility of the operator coming out.
Fnatic will try and pick up the pace elsewhere on the map. Yosemite potentially tested once again, but slow things down, regain a little control on the back of that snake bite.
Oh, it's gorgeous! Much better work, punishing Fnatic now. Lingering a little too long. And Boaster, that's not a comfy position to be in yet. You can already see it, the C's coming in too. No escaping, 5 standing. Bilibili finally make an impact in the server with a prime gaming flawless. Oh,
And it will
they
force.
got it.
It will force the timeout.
Give me that
And
mini
this is
cam.
this is an outrageous wide swing. But I was talking about a few rounds that were confidence builders for them versus NRG, and that's the thing you want to see. A couple more of those.
Give me mini cam.
I don't want to see it.
I wanna see
no.
it. Boaster ain't talking, so I'm looking for mini. What's he up to? What's he saying? Having a little bit of a telling off here. Bring them back in line. Oh, he's having a chat. He's not happy. There's a disappointed shoulder shrug. What are you doing? If anyone can read lips, clip it, send it on over. The fans, I think, firmly believing still in this. There's Bilibili giving us a bit of a game, though, right? We asked for something here. We asked for them to give us a couple more rounds.
Sure.
And they've finally done it.
We need to see an awful lot more, though, Lauren. Like, a lot more. 2 left to tie things up. Operator in hand now for YZ. A decent cushion in terms of the funds.
So what's the response now, right? We know that the operator's out. We know that YZ is willing to be aggressive. He'll take those challenges. He stamped his authority in that last round. Now, the buyback here for Fnatic is a little rough around the edges, isn't it? Certainly not pretty at all. A couple of ults to play with, yes, but none to really facilitate that gap close. Maybe Durka getting his online could be a difference make-up. There's the rattle of the operator, noted early, and you can see the adjustment from Fnatic.
Yeah, and straight away, trying to reposition as well, become a little more active around the map.
Looking willing to play for that retake, though, again.
You want to
Happy to
fight
sit
it?
very deep here. Divide does go through, so going to eliminate most of the problems from CT or any of those issues they may have.
No value found off the utility, though, initially. YZ nearly played in with the operator.
There was a chance.
Spike not down just yet.
No, so it could get a bit chaotic here. There we go, spikes up. Plant in. Timing got a little dicey there, but not punished for it. And the Viper's pick going to follow through. This adds insult to injury. A very tricky round now.
It's just such a cheesy post plant as well. The decay will take effect. The nano swarm's inside it. Durka's going to be able to farm with his utility here.
There we go. Can Bilibili somehow disrupt this back line, this post plant? Durka willing to shoulder most of this. Tap on the spike, you can see.
Oh my God.
Look at this utility crunch. It's filthy. Fnatic playing nasty now. As Bilibili are able to really get towards the spike and the damage is being done. K-Knight needs to run, needs to scramble. And that is the ace up the sleeve that Fnatic bring out. Whenever they fancy it, whenever they want it, they got to get a move on here. Make sure they get that save. Boaster can't make it. Ouch. Still. Again, when we talk about the abilities of Fnatic, Mike, these sort of rounds, these little set pieces they have, this is what makes
you talk about what I said earlier, the efficiency of Fnatic in terms of ultimate usage and ability to convert rounds here where it's a Guardian, 2 Stingers, and Durka even forces into a Bulldog, and they walk away with this with the round win and 3 upgrades. So starting to chip away at that cushion, that stability, the comfort.
Still
that went well, Mini.
That was a really good round.
That went really well.
That was a really good round. Right place, maybe right time. This could be everything. Tries to stand, hold, but he's being chased down. Durka, does he go again? Yes, he does. Trying to find him desperately. He makes it away. But Fnatic take the B site. They want to fight back for this though. Bilibili looking absolutely up for the challenge, and Durka is having none of it. 2 big picks, finding Bianca and K-Knight, leaving just the 2 left stranded and alone. Plant goes in short, but how? Wow. Okay. Absolutely desperate for this one. But look at the position from Durka. Look at what he is doing. If they take too long, if they bide their time, even if they get this kill, he is the inevitable death that is creeping behind them. He'll take a matter of moments, but he's going to creep closer. They're not going to consider it. Rin's taken down 1, but there he is, like a knife in the back. Durka strikes, the ult gets dropped, and now Rin's in trouble. How do you dig out Boaster as well, who's playing so deep? He's trying to. He's got the time against him. Boaster now knows he's the next target. Not going to let them slip this time. Fnatic's trying to get a grip back on this game. Pull that scoreline away and remove most of the hope that Bilibili was starting to build.
Beautiful awareness from Durka as well. Boombot confirms presence. He knows he has a little bit of space to take, potentially even find a 1v1 in Spawn with it just being 2 members of Bilibili left standing. And backstabs this Viper's Pit perfectly.
3-7 now. Seeing the Odin come out, seeing YZ go for that. 1 off the Nightfall. Lockdown in play for Alpha. Here we go. Spam ain't gonna catch this time. Fnatic though. Forced to respect it early. Very indicative of that presence though. Okay, Mike wants to explore a bit further. And maybe an overstep there, challenging Chronicle like that. He's gonna be rewarded first and foremost. Above 1 minute and 20. They already have that man to the good. There.
Careful here.
Fnatic anticipating proactivity, aggression on the side of Bilibili now. Even with that read of Chronicle finding the first. Just shows their level of understanding. Plenty of time to work with still, but looks like Fnatic might actually follow through on that initial pick. Outside Rubble. It's going to be wide open on the other side. Plenty of utility to work with on the way back through, but Bilibili probably going to be quite late to this one, Lauren.
Yeah, timing working very well here. Still going to be very diligent about it. Bear in mind, Yosemite has been around this position quite often, playing that singular spot by tree, but maybe a pivot here towards the B site. So threading the needle very well, Fnatic, with, yes, 20 seconds, but a pretty free site. A plant here, and the angle for Durka is lovely. Headshot delivered. He's overwhelmed, but he's still finding so much damage. Look at them, the walking wounded, and Leo wants in. Claims the victim of YZ, leaving Yosemite and Bianc to try and fight back into this. Oh, that's not gonna happen with Durka doing this, is it? 20 HP, and where you're gonna run, where you're gonna hide. You ain't got the time to play it back in now. And Fnatic are gonna put 8 on the board, no 2 ways about it.
Get themselves back on a lockdown as well. Yosemite, 20 HP, forced to try and hold on to this rifle now. And the repurchase is going to be really uncomfortable for them.
Oh, it's going to be ropey.
Yeah, as we enter round 12. Fnatic will stretch their lead to 5 rounds. Bilibili staring down the barrel of a curse here on Lotus.
Last round before the switch.
Yeah, we can't take anything with us after this.
see what that buy comes to. We were questioning the amount that they can gather. It's Bryn's looking in trouble. I'm seeing a rifle, no armor, kit, not there.
No utility, he's got a turret, that's it.
No, that's really hard to play with. Guardian coming out as well. Yeah, I'm a little worried here, and Durka gonna opt for maybe the operator toying with that idea, maybe. Just testing it out in this final round, why not? Does he get an earlier? Yes, he does, answers it back, doesn't he? Durka there connects instantaneously as the round begins.
It's KI again, unfortunately. Yosemite, the solo anchor towards A now. At least Bilibili trying to get proactive outside B with the Prowler. Maybe feel out the setup here of Fnatic, but it's only going to amount to a turret on the other side of things.
Really doesn't want to let that operator go, but can only juggle it so far. One off the showstopper too. It's going to be Yosemite really, once again, under pressure. Support coming in through by the door. Not broken yet, but keep note of that spike. Does it continue? Oh, the push-up from Chronicle. Slipping a little deeper. Catching Yosemite, trying to desperately look towards the back line. And again, they're not looking like they want to commit towards A.
No, Fnatic with their full run of the map. Nightfall will maybe even be a red herring here. But Lockdown will confirm the intention.
Where does Ring go? Run through the site, I guess. Hope that they don't catch you. Yeah, gotta back away here. Stuck around a little long. Might get caught, but still, probably worth it in the end to take down Alpha. Maybe give him a fighting chance here with 3 standing. Chronicle patrolling, prowling, looking, finding, gets Biang down. Utility there, could have had the follow-up. Rin overdoes it. Keeps him within touching distance, but now with YZ gone, it's Leo to seal it. And this half has been brought back on track. With those 3 rounds, Bilibili almost got close by. Just about starting to turn the tides a little bit. But again, we saw Mini pulling them back in line. The timeout here, he'd had enough of any of the nonsense. And he got the boys back in line. So a commanding scoreline here, Mike. This half has been very one-sided. So for Bilibili, what on earth are you meant to do going forward? However, for a second, we do get to hear from Durka.
About me, I think I had a good fracture and a bit of rough start on Haven, but towards the end I kind of fixed it and felt more confident and comfortable, did everything I could, and then, yeah, happy with the results still, and I'm happy that I can see my mistakes now rather than later. And last chamber is like super good. They're playing like a comp that almost nobody plays. I think it's suiting them really well. I respect their comeback in LCQ, what they did to get to champions, and I hope them good luck in the future, and I hope they make it with us. I mean, yeah, we get talked about a lot, mostly by the fans. Teams too, some teams it feels like they could have some pressure playing against us, or they're more motivated to play against us and want to win us because we have target on our back.
But they're gonna crumble. Can Alphair do this on his own? He's got the first, he's got to stop the plant! But Alphair with a massive Red Bull clutch for Fnatic!
We and I personally, we try not to think about repeat. Of course, I think everyone in our team had in their minds like, oh, it will be so cool. But it's also, it feels like the more you think about it, the more you want it. It feels like the more chance it is to fail, and when we forget about past events, we forget like about Lock-in or Tokyo, we sometimes like prepare harder and focus on this tournament, forgetting about the past, so we feel like we haven't won anything, so that kind of like calms us our pressure down.
Target on the back, yes, but adored by so many. Bilibili idolizing this squad. We've heard so many teams discuss this, that individually, if you look at pound for pound, most of the players on Fnatic within their roles, they are the best in the world. It's hard not to look up to them. If you're trying to learn, you'd probably look towards these players, but in the server, we're seeing probably the negative side of this. It's Bilibili unable to be the same explosive team we saw against just a moment ago in the opening series against NRG. But that's not a bad beginning. Already connecting towards Durka, quelling that early aggression, and the second player noted.
Yeah, Boaster going to have to retreat away from that. Still got Leo in a position towards tree. Bilibili not necessarily charging it down just yet. Boaster will confirm information elsewhere.
Oh, he's been seen in that smoke though. He tried to play forward, actually played through the paranoia. But Bilibili overdo it. Beautiful. Overwhelmed towards the B site, and the plant should be soon to follow. 5 standing against the 2. Leo and Chronicle. This is a really tough angle to clear as well for Leo to be allowed to do it. And look at YZ's progress too. He wants to get on. Yeah. Oh, nice attempt, but better work. And Bilibili, a flawless start to the second half here. I'm gaming flawless to begin. Maybe there's a little more building. Maybe there's some life in them yet.
Definitely a positive. A long road to go. Sounded crispy here, yeah. Woo! Definitely was. From Yosemite's POV as well. Currently top of the board for Bilibili. We'll see some sheriffs invested here from Fnatic though. Shorty in the hands of Boaster. See what they can get done, Lauren.
Okay, all those Bulldogs would be a lovely reward. Taken out of hand, Rin with the rifle. Durka gonna have to give away the position. Now forced to stand and fight. He actually might lose his life. Yeah, the paranoia well placed, but do they check? They absolutely do. Alpha not gonna get away with what he wanted there. The stack towards C being dismantled. Leo with a big chance. Only gonna find one. As Bilibili keeping this one sharp on the way in. Chronicle still gonna do chip damage. This is gonna start getting costly. Gotta see them get a grip on this now. Don't want to lose anymore, and they don't. 3 alive. Let's see if they can get that Phantom back. They should be able to, and they have. 2 Bulldogs and the Phantom going forward. They've done what is necessary, what we require of them. But this round is going to be a little trickier.
Absolutely. Investment comes in now from Fnatic. No progress towards ultimates on either side just yet. So not going to be a factor in play. Rin and YZ still sitting on Bulldogs. Not going to be a concern just yet. Bianca actually was down to 0 credits and Yosemite down to 800. So fully invested here with the full shields as well, Lauren.
They want this game back. Maybe had enough. Durka watching for that cross, going to spot the pixel. Oh, bloody hell, he is good. Lovely little start for him. No chance for a response. The stack. Only going to find one there. Surprising that Rin even able to find Boaster in that. But still, 3 players. Bianca, Yosemite, and Knight. Still continuing along their pathing towards A. Spike in Bianca's hands, waiting for that cross to be secured. 2 players. Ready to dive back in would be Leo and Durka. Clearing out by tree, noting nothing. Trying to get that plant going. Patience being shown from Fnatic though. Yosemite gonna know Alpha's position here. Doesn't quite know it's Alpha yet, and this man's been clean on his shots, but Yosemite leading the way for Bilibili. Does he stick around? The timing! Just look towards Durka and loses.
2 more left to find. K9 and Bianca gonna try and recover, but Chronicle will find one. And Bianca in as close to an impossible position as possible. Only Boaster to fall here. And the response found from Fnatic, double digits on the board.
And it's such fine margins. You can see why Bilibili went in that all buy here, because as soon as that first round comes in for Fnatic, they're up to 10. A quick pump of the brakes for Bilibili, knowing that they're now in a little bit of a problem, right? The money's going to be a little bit lower. The situation in front of them a bit tougher to play with. Seeing a couple of some decent progress actually for Rin, at least when it comes to that lockdown. Still 2 off, and on the other side a relatively even affair progressing towards ultimates. With Fnatic striking back. 10 found so swiftly. The timeout called in here for Bilibili.
And the point here, I guess, to see if Bilibili are happy to, well, I guess have the understanding of how Fnatic can really switch things up on the defense. And we know they're happy to commit to just full-on retakes, happy with a 5v5 in that situation, or even catching somebody overextending that, you know, maybe gets a little overzealous with the space that Fnatic are happy to concede.
A great...
For me, sorry, the
go
win
ahead.
condition still pins on that same thing. If Bilibili can clean up the opening fights versus Fnatic, maybe not, you know, conceding a trade back. Certainly looking uncomfortable here in this round. It's 2 rifles. Oh, actually, Stinger and a third comes through.
Yeah,
A
okay.
little bit of a wonky purchase.
Go.
Just gonna force up, actually, yeah.
Guess forced the whole way. Yeah, they're being almost stubborn in this. Not willing to give up and go down to a lighter purchase.
This gives Fnatic access to 12, though.
It absolutely does. So this becomes near on the swing round, right? This becomes a huge value round. Maybe what the timeout was for.
There.
Durka noting rifles coming out to play here, so maybe a little indicative that there is a buy behind this. But they continue the progress. It's a 4-play stack from Fnatic here.
Happy to receive the aggression if it's there, but Alpha will confirm. Oh, it's getting dangerous now.
Well, that's a step, and that's the boombot going in. They know there's players watching us. They've got to be aware, and they're disrespecting them. Bilibili gonna go down. Brilliant follow-up from Durka, and yes, they try and respond, but it's too little, too late. Fnatic make the great escape. Rin does respond towards B, creating a chance, but I don't think they can fill that gap fast enough. Spike gonna come on over, no one can deny that now. Still a little paranoid about Link, but Leo waiting towards CT. As you can see, Rin desperate to secure some safety, and there will be none. Trying to slip back here into the safety of the smoke, but that is going to be dissipating, giving away the game and maybe playing in Alpha. Brought low, yes, but still standing.
11 HP.
Well, this is huge. That C's going to be very nice. As K-Knight's done very well. Isolates Durka, slows down. Bianc succeeds against Alpha. Now he gets played back in. Incredible from Bilibili. The 2 alive was more than enough. Dividing and conquering Fnatic to get 6.
A do-or-die round for Bilibili as well, to keep their hopes alive here on Lotus. So there's nothing left in the tank there, Lauren.
Wow. Starting to get a bit more fired up now. This is what we want to be seeing. Oh. Mini mad.
There.
Ult for Durka. On the other side, lockdown there, Nightfall as well. A couple of key pieces coming online for Bilibili here. Navigating through that critical round that had so much value and all of that aggression from Fnatic getting in their faces.
Here.
But now, forcing a level of respect out of Fnatic, slowing that down a little bit. But that stretch of utility running across C is horrific to try and play into.
No charges.
Maybe looking to pivot, or at least pull attention elsewhere. Bianc adjusting towards that B side.
You should run.
Lockdown invested here. Clear out all of B and force Fnatic, I guess, even deeper towards potentially spawn a waterfall to sit behind this.
I like how Durka's thinking, though. He's still very aware that there's a chance comes around, and this is a great time. It missed! The second least alive for Bianc, still standing, and Durka on the receiving end of that Nightfall, but still, they don't want to go off this. You can see the stall. That's the utility there that could have absolutely mauled them. However, they adjust back towards B. It's on Boaster this time, but does he respect it? Does he sit back? More than likely. There's a firing squad on the other side, and they've got themselves a plant now.
A full 5v5. Boaster respecting it because of the Stinger. Yes, some utility available, but not many options for Fnatic. They need to find a kill pretty early on here in this retake.
Prowler finds nothing. Durka going to start stepping forward as Bianc to connect. Boaster goes down. K-Knight can be called in. Sees does land. He's now in a little bit of danger here, trying to be pulled forward, but the paint shell doesn't connect. It's Leo to clear, takes down Rin. Follow-up found, and Fnatic start flooding towards the site. A 2v2. Bianc in Yosemite still standing. Bianc can be cut off from this, though. He can't quite get involved here. The spray not connecting, and Alpha staying on the defuse. You got to put your life on the line for this. No one stopped him. They still can't stop him. Fnatic move up to 11.
Daylight robbery by Alpha. A brazen stick. Able to drag that one across the line. Actually gives Alpha the lockdown as well. Like I said, there weren't many options here. It was going to come down to a raw engagement to retake B site here. But Fnatic pull it off, Lauren.
They do. There's the money sitting. This was on a knife's edge before. Enough still to get a buy on both sides, but you can see the weaknesses showing a little here for Bilibili. The Bulldogs coming out. TP, yes, YZ one off, sure. 70 one off as well.
Bomb buddy out.
And the default, maybe starting to realize this aggression from Fnatic is certainly founded. Gonna note the presence again.
My ult is ready.
Oh, has come through for Leo this time.
There.
This default's holding, but you can see that pendulum leaning towards the C side, slowly swinging back through. Prowler not gonna find its target, so Yosemite actually gets away with it. Durka maybe not as ready as he should have been. Gets caught up. Big pick found. And Leo having to respect that, fall away a little, but you can see the end goal for Bilibili, or at least what they were considering, was that C site. Nope.
Oh, just stuck. Why is he gonna have to give it another spin if he wants to regroup here? Fnatic left wondering as to what's going on in this round.
Yeah, a little bit dazed and confused, but Leo gonna just catch a load of bullets is what he's gonna catch. Rin on the way in. It's still game on here, 5v3, Booster and Alpha. Alpha so low, he still takes down YZ, but look at the damage. This is huge. Chronicle and Boaster, this is not a favorable situation. They're being hunted down. Yosemite is willing to push. To try and control that Viper's pit in place. This is looking very uphill. And do we see a Fnatic timeout, or are they still feeling enough of this game? It was a break back for Fnatic to get to 11. This should be 7 for Bilibili. As you can already see, Boaster taking himself away from this without a rifle. This is huge. They're starting to get back in the game, Mike. This might be what Bilibili need, a little bit more energy towards it. That confidence starting to hit here. Punishing some of that aggression from Fnatic and also just figuring it out.
And the step change we needed to see. Fnatic, like I said, in this situation, unable to really read what's going on.
Oh.
Boaster actually falling there. Down to 250 as well. Gonna leave just the one rifle in the hands of Chronicle. Yeah, Bilibili, a couple of examples now where they're showing they can overwhelm a player or two here and there and capitalize. The pace seems to suit them in rounds like that.
I'm starting to smile, Mike. I'm starting to think we could have a game on our hands. You're seeing frustration on the Fnatic faces. Leo looking a little shaken. Again, they had such a good grip on the game. Maybe all that worry from Mini was rightly placed. And again, now Fnatic down on a lighter buy. This could be 8. Rifle, yes, for Chronicle. Yes, the Guardian with Leo. A couple of ults here and there, but you're looking for a lot if you're a Fnatic fan here. Greedy. Big denial, though. Would have been probably nice for someone else, but that's fine.
I mean, Boaster, potentially Chronicle.
Yep.
To get theirs online. Pivotal in terms of the defense.
Look at the stack from Fnatic as well. Very heftily leaning towards that kind of door swing B side, but we have seen, to be fair, Bilibili testing that, but this time feeling no presence towards the A side. They're actually exploring the correct way. This is a really good little read into the positioning. Now, bear in mind that Fnatic are on, as said, those lighter purchases, so really you want to be looking out for where Chronicle and Leo are residing. It's Boaster they'll be mostly challenging if they do continue towards A, who's only got the classic. TP, clears backside, there is no one here. Good choice, right read, and a safe plant.
5 alive as well. Obviously the weapons for Fnatic, a huge disadvantage. Only the one for Chronicle.
That was the rifle heard. Oh, and there it goes. Ripped away. It will fall into the next player's hands, but Rin follows up. That's the rifle gone. It's Leo next to be the most threatening player, and Yosemite is making it look like light work. Leo now in danger. Rin gets overwhelmed. That's a little sloppy, and now there's a chance. They got to shut down the account. You cannot give opportunity as Boaster keeps that rifle, gets running. We're making it up to 8 here. Bilibili starting to turn up. Roll your mind back to map 1. It was 2 rounds. It was an absolute battering that went down. This time around, Bilibili finally giving us the game we were waiting for.
Seeing that same sort of resilience that was on display versus NRG as well. Happy to go toe-to-toe. And maybe disregarding the opponent they say they respect so much. Sticking to their guns here. Fnatic, though, will come back through. Like I said, a few key ultimates here. One off the divide, another key one for the defense. On the side of Bilibili, just a showstopper. 2 away from the Nightfall, Lauren.
So it's going to be Leo and Durka towards A. Chronicle on the other side. Okay. Early interest from Bilibili. Spamming out, making sure no one slipped the net. As they start clearing through, but the aggression again. Noted mostly off the crowd. We know that Durka does try and follow off the back of that. Yosemite is now aware of this. They've lost the side of the map. Do they try and re-clear this late? Do they continue on the pathway towards C? Door now noted. Again, this was a round that we've seen work well for them. It's mostly been Bilibili pivoting towards that B side, but this time no early pick to be had.
Bring them down.
Happy to try and proceed here. It's
tough.
There's going to be some utility to maybe slow things down, but he's going to get chewed up by Chronicle. The snake bite will confirm, Lauren.
There was no way back from that. You had to either go forward or accept your fate, and it felt like he just didn't quite play it out as he'd hoped. But YZ going to try and pick up where he left off. Dives on forward, secures the B side. Does he find Boaster here? Left, right. He chooses right, and he chooses the wrong side. Boaster gets to keep his life and plays in Durka now. Playing back through from Connector. Takes down one. It's 3 remaining. Locked down there. Boaster on the pickup towards YZ. Now just K-Knight and Rin. Gonna find, yes, 1, but it's not enough. The number's just so substantial. Forced to respect.
There's no mollies on either.
Nothing to be done here. A shot in the dark and it's not enough. Fnatic making it up to 12. Now knocking at the door, starting to become aware of Bilibili's plans. This time not working out at all.
Map and series point here for Fnatic. Finally looking like they can regain some control, stabilize a little bit. The lockdown, unfortunately, in this round, forcing the hand of Bilibili. Still going through it. He's clinging to life out there, Lauren.
Okay, couple of ults, right? Nightfall for Bianc is there. What is the game plan? Is it the same thing? Is it different? Do they adjust? Chronicle's just invested theirs over towards the A side, locking down the vast majority of the approach. Utility then to complement that over by Tree. So they can pretty much leave this absent. As we can see though for Bilibili, it's all eyes towards C. All in, excluding 1.
Face your fear!
And maybe try and pop off the Nightfall here, Lauren.
Paranoia too.
Why is he going to die?
This again!
Oh, wait. What?
Chronicle's got Yosemite. This is rough. They're on the site, but at what cost? Look at the HP already. Plant, yes, denied. Second go of things up. Second denial. Durka, can he catch this? Rin there, just going to be trying to drift on through. So the time's at least on their side, but a 5v4 is not easy to hold.
Why is his H bar? Health bar, sorry.
Oh my word. 3 on the site. This is going to be a brutal fight. Gonna need Rin to deliver K-Knight. Someone has to go beyond expectations. Bianc's one of them, Rin the other. Maybe there's still a chance. It is a 3v3, but time's starting to tick. Fnatic gotta get moving. Rin not ready for the fight, but loses. And now just YZ. And it's just too much. Fnatic pushed to 13. But this was a damn close affair, and more than most of us expected.
Bilibili showing life in the second. We talked about it being a miracle upset for them to open here in Los Angeles. And Fnatic showing they're able to stabilize here. Kill any hopes of an early dream run here, maybe getting started.
Billy turned up a little in map 2. Map 1 was over in the blink of an eye. Hopefully, yes, lessons learned, but map 2, there was life. There was a chance, there was a sign, but it was short-lived. It faded as quickly as it appeared. But still, a team that has potential certainly has danger. But today it was managed. Fnatic pushed probably further than they expected a little on map 2. Saw Mini going through the motions, but the rest had challenges, had things to adjust. They still probably have work to do, and it looks like Mini... Oh, just a bowling pin today, it's Durka.
I thought that might have been Mini beating them with the bat, maybe. Showing a little bit of discipline. Yeah, Fnatic got to be feeling good about themselves with their opening 2 series here in LA. And obviously will advance.
again, probably not the game we expected today, but learning well, coming in well prepared. Fnatic still the team to beat. Whether or not anyone can challenge them, we'll have to wait and see. The next stage will be where we really start to see them maybe tested further here. Yes, it was a competitive map 2, but map 1 was very decisive. Who can challenge this team is the big question now.
And again, there's positives here to take away. Bilibili obviously won't be out of the event. They have a chance to maybe come away from this, like I said, lean into what they set their objectives of being here at Champions, which is learning from their opponents and carry that across to their next matchup.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see what you can take away from this game. I think very much in map 2,
it's tough. I mean, I remember saying on Haven, you just don't learn anything like that when Fnatic are making godlike decisions, just time and time again, even playing into the mind games, baiting them into a false sense of security in some situations. There's just very little you take away from that.
I think the only factor is you can say that now being on that server against them as a competitor, you get the tangibles, right? You get to feel what it's like playing against a team like Fnatic, how oppressive, how all-consuming it can be. So again, if it's just that maybe tactile element of being able to say, okay, we've been in the server, we've got that experience. Map 2, yes, certainly some takeaways. I wish they came a little sooner for Fnatic, but excuse me, for Bilibili, but still, the fact that they were there, that they still showed that capability, shows the potential in this team, and I'd love to see more from them going forward.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm really excited to still see actually Bilibili show some variety, right? What do they look like versus different style teams? Again, you take this one with a pinch of salt, and again, I mean, respect shown by Fnatic as well, actually being forced into a position to address some of the things Bilibili were doing in Lotus.
Yeah, not many teams can say they forced Fnatic into timeouts, into adjustments, into having to rethink a little bit of the game plan. There was fight in that second map. That was much better. I love to see it because it keeps Fnatic on their toes. You don't want them lazily going into those later stages of the tournament. This is much better. So again, I do see as though the stage is getting ready. I think we're going to even have an interview teed up for us pretty soon.
Looks like it.
Everything is ready. Okay, yeah, why wait on us? You want to hear from the man himself. Boaster on stage with GB.
Give it up for Boaster and Fnatic, everybody. Well played, well played. I also see you have your comically large bat.
Yeah, we won that at the arcade.
How many tries?
No, it was like tickets. We had tickets.
Ah, okay, well played, well played. It wasn't like the Japanese gacha games that like kept on taking all of our money.
No, those are OP though.
those are OP. Hey man, congratulations on the win. It actually is funny because I realized that we have to do an interview in this part of the process because it's just, you know, it's just you and you're popping off. You're playing incredibly. How does it feel individually to know that you came out and really like made a statement in this game? Because map 1, you were incredible. Map 2, calls were great. How does it feel?
Yeah, I think map 1 had a bit of a life game.
That's actually what Minnie told me.
No, I think it was just because my teammates are making mistakes, and when they make mistakes, it means that I have an opportunity to kill.
Yeah.
And Lotus, they were getting the kills, so and then I was just getting one-tapped or traded, so I didn't really mind. But yeah, I thought today, I was like, oh, after that Haven game, I was like, I'm gonna play sick. And then Lotus, I just got banged.
How important is it for you to have those types of games, I guess, for yourself, right? Because, you know, obviously you're surrounded by demons, right? You yourself also a demon, so don't sell yourself short. But, you know, it's important for you to be able to have those types of individual performances to kind of like keep yourself into this?
Yeah, I think it's nice. However, I actually just prefer to win comfortably. Like, I don't want to be put in these 2v4s because we're over-facing, because we're overconfident and stuff. Like, it's bad discipline, and I think it won't carry through later on into this tournament. So, yeah, I mean, but I'll take it. You know, it was. I did look. I honestly, like, someone took over my computer. So I'll have it. I'll take it.
Hey, we'll take it as well. I'm sure the crowd loved it as well, right? Like seeing Boaster pop off. Now, you're going into bracket play. I don't think a lot of people were concerned. Hold on a second. Taking a moment.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I love that.
Now you're going into bracket play, right? And obviously, a lot of great teams in this competition. But who would you like to see? Who would you like to face first, rather, coming out of brackets?
First.
Or groups, rather. Or any team in particular?
I don't really know if I want. I don't want to see them first, but I do want to play Paper X.
You want to play Paper X?
My son's over there, and they got something now. So I'd really like to have a kind of a match where I just think they're in good form, especially with something. And with Cigarettes, they went so far as well, which was super cool. But I'd like to see them at their full capacity, their full roster, the one that they won APAC with.
Now, just yesterday on this stage, I asked Demon One the same exact question. And his response was, give me Fnatic.
I thought it was the other one. I don't give a...
No, not that one. I'm not trying to get you fined too. Yeah. In any case though, do you want EG or are you just kind of like, been there, done that?
For my Chinese brethren, I will take EG, and I'd like to teabag them, and I'd like to shoot their heads as well. You know, if they want to be the villains, then I'm that white knight, baby.
Oh man, you know what? I think that's just a great place to end it, man. Boaster, always a pleasure to talk to you, brother. Congratulations on the win. Give it up one more time.
Thank you.
For Fnatic and Boaster.
Let's get
it. Wow, we've had K Knight and now a White Knight as well. What do you make of that?
Oh, that's so good. I mean, you need the villains and you need the heroes in any story. And I love the fact that EG have lent into the villain arc and become the heels, but also just that is so sick.
Yeah, Boaster's line, I love it. Gonna come to their defense. But I mean, honestly, if that match ends up happening, which, listen, it most likely will with the form that EG Fnatic are in, I imagine that they might end up facing each other in the playoffs. Dude, I mean, that's a matchup that's one to look forward to for many reasons.
If you're trying to kind of fight on the side of the Chinese teams, you're not supposed to slaughter them all on the way to facing EG. They kind of brute. I know there was some moments where, you know, Mini's not going to be happy and they're over-facing and there's clutches and stuff like that, but they kind of battered Bilibili today. There was a tier gap between the two teams, despite the issues that Fnatic, you know, see within themselves.
I think one of the criticisms people had yesterday on that Haven especially was Durka. He underperformed a little bit, but today though, even though on Lotus, Bilibili were coming back into it a little bit, Brent, it was Durkin time.
Yeah, he was Durkin a little bit too much, wasn't he? I mean, he was all over the place, but he was performing good numbers as we expect from him. And I will say, I mean, there were opportunities granted to Bilibili that they did grasp as well, like what Boaster was saying in the interview. You know, he thought that they were over-facing at times and it was up to him to really step it up. Didn't happen as much on Lotus, but, you know, you can always just admire, I think, just the individual prowess is always going to be sky high. It's very rare that you get that inconsistency with a player like Durka, I will say.
Absolutely, but I also think this is his tournament. Like, if he wants to come and take an MVP, this is the one to do it. Your team's in form, you're looking like you can take a trophy, he's being able to play the Rays and the Jet and all sorts of stuff. This is his time to showcase that he's got the title for best in the world. After Leo won an MVP and then Alpha won an MVP, Durka's just there, like, waiting for the moment.
I love how he's competing against his own teammates for the MVP.
That's how it is with Fnatic.
That is how it is.
That's how it is.
Do you know what? Despite winning 2 trophies at this point and not dropping a map or group stage, making it through playoffs, there's one man who's still not happy, who is striving for perfection, and that is Mini. I think there were some rounds on Lotus, you know, this was justified. There were some rounds of Fnatic were kind of trolling, but we haven't seen him smile once.
He strives for perfection, doesn't he? He really does. I mean, which I appreciate, but also he has to accept that Valorant sometimes is a coin flip in a round. Sometimes stuff doesn't go your way, and it's a game you can't really play to perfection.
Yeah, and specifically, your opponents are always going to be trying to disrupt you, but I do think that this showcases you that why Fnatic, or at least one of the reasons why Fnatic are so good, because they take games like this.
Okay, I just want to preface, we all heard that, right? Okay, we just heard from our producer that these reactions are all from rounds that Fnatic won.
Yeah, that is so funny. But also, the fact that they can take rounds where they win and games like this where they just destroy their opponent, essentially, and still find learning moments, things that they're not doing as well. And again, Mini's providing a constant focus that you've got to play perfectly in order to avoid any chance of being upset. And that's just the opposite of what we saw when NRG went up against against Bilibili, and that's why they ended up falling in that kind of manner, and that's why Fnatic stay so consistent at the top, because every player, I know in this match it might not seem like every player comes into it with that mentality, but the work that they do behind the scenes and the way that they approach the game and how they work on their own craft, it's all that, but being brought to the table as a group, it's nuts to see.
Yeah, that level of consistency is so hard to achieve at the top as well. When you reach the point where you're winning events as well, you have the biggest target on your back. Everyone's watching your games, everyone's seen your games, they know exactly what to expect when they go up against you. So this level of consistency is so bloody impressive to me. I mean, you don't see it often, and we are really just being paved all the way for, in my eyes, I think Fnatic have looked like the best team at this event so far. That's not a hot take.
No,
they should be making it to the finals.
Right. Well, here's my question then. Which team coming out of the bracket, because they're already through in the first seed, so which team from one of the other groups might give them a challenge? Like, is there another team?
Yeah, I think PaperX.
But PaperX still could.
First,
they could.
Right? Oh wait,
they could, because they could
they
lose to EDG.
Yeah,
you mean like theoretically a matchup?
Yeah.
Like a first round matchup.
The best matchup for Fnatic that would be the most exciting. I think it's got to be PaperX or EDG. You're looking at the Group A teams, surely.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think either of those. I mean, Group A, Group of Annihilation. That group is hard, man. And the teams in it, they play at such a high level as well. Even like teams like Giants as well. Which, listen, there's a lot of people that weren't paying too close of attention to EMEA LCQ. But if you were, you'd know that Giants were a very good team. They had great ideas. They pushed EDG today.
I mean, let me sell you on another one. Team Liquid are playing against Loud. Is there a chance that we see a revival in form from either of those two teams? And they go, and Liquid's beaten them before. Loud should have beaten them at lock-in, but didn't manage to. It feels like a far cry for those teams to get back up to that peak. But man,
I would love for them. I would love for them to step up in form, but I'm sorry, Brazil, but I've given up on Loud. Like I've given up on Loud. I feel like they've just shown signs that I don't know. It's just that it's not there. The fire.
Well, they're playing tomorrow, so you're either gonna eat your words tomorrow.
I eat my words on the reg. I'm ready for this. Listen, Loud, prove me wrong.
Honestly,
I love being wrong.
Red's favorite meal, just alphabet soup.
Absolutely.
Just eating his words.
Yeah, Alpha, not top 21 player. You know,
exactly.
Loud, you don't believe in them
I am
anymore.
consistently wrong. So honestly, Brazil, you should be thanking me for this.
Yeah, at least you're consistent. But thank you very much, Bren and Saisha, for your consistency. We have a big day scheduled for tomorrow. It's our first elimination day. Team Liquid versus Loud, T1 versus FPX. Two of those teams will be going home. But then we have PaperX versus Giants. So make sure you come back tomorrow and tune into that. As we wrap up another incredible day of competition, let's take a look at some of our favorite moments in the Prime Gaming post-day highlights.
It's the plucky underdogs from the Americas region versus the dominant force from the Pacific. You got PaperX taking on Crew in a matchup that has been hotly anticipated once the brackets were revealed. This game is going to be awesome.
Drops the pop shot, just a warning to let him know what's in play. There it is, right into his face, and the shorty drops him. 73 HP, and he's going in for more. A second, perhaps a third! Something finds it!
Just peeking, bro. His team is, I don't know, man.
Divine a 1v3. And once again, the possibility that they don't know. Trying to find some space down low. He's dropped out onto Melser. Davies is going to have to get half. He's going to stick it. He's going to try to stick. No, he pulls off it. Divine with 3. PaperX with 8 in the Red Bull clutch.
Really happy to have this position bolstered.
He's also got the nade. He's got the satchels. That's the first dead. He's swinging around looking for the second and finds it. The third falls too. One around for PaperX. They take split 13-7. The gravity, well, you see him snapping through, and well, that luck may be coming through, unless Mindfreak can do a lot about it, and so far he can. Nags it, having to run for the fences, and there's nowhere else to go. A 1v2, a winnable one. Not able to land the shots on the first blade, not online, but that op's gonna connect.
He has one more.
He's got one blade, and Kaznit with the shot. He's trying to find another. Oh, Forsaken with the Odin!
What is going on?
Where was that from?
Just deep down flowers.
Oh, it's a disaster once more. An inevitability. PaperX take down another.
And they look absolutely poised to put themselves in contention to challenge Fnatic in this tournament.
This EMEA squad has a chip on their shoulder, but honestly, I don't think EDG gives a damn. This is going to be an excellent matchup.
EDG, they have taken up all that space, and they are not aware of it. Shuts that down with the util out in their hands, and they are putting the squeeze right onto them. Coutinho! How on earth has he done that? That is ridiculous! Nice! Hesitancy, but EDG finally getting into it. Double satchel over the top, right into his face. These timings and a sense of it, they just miss each other still. Players towards screens. Kang give the people what they want. It's the ace and the pistol. Pandemonium at its core, and it's left down to this. Players are done, damage is done. Can they collect the kills? 40 seconds. Slow it down all the way. Arms dropped! And Chichu! It's the back-to-back Red Ball clutches. We are going to overtime. Called them out in the open, and nobody left again to do so much. Surely there's no chance in hell. Seekers pointing into a direction, opens it up. 1v1 into new box, 14 bullets, but still 30 health. And Coutinho finishes the job.
Giants eventually get it done, but it took everything.
Oh damage is done. Orbital strike though in response, and yeah, that's cleaned up. Still
no time. No
time. Oh my goodness! No way! Day here, another tap, forcing it again, just trying to get these open sightlines and open fights down. Nobody wasn't expecting a third player. Kang in the cage. He reacts in time. Cloud spotted. Does he really go for this? Yes, he does. Kang instantaneous. They don't have showers control. You're going right into the more because Kang is still watching. There's no way. In the smoke with the no scope, and that's how. Oh my. We are going to map 3, and EDG, they made him work for it all the way to the finish line. Into the back of the side, Cloud has got so much more to do here. All the way through with the right click, it's Kang.
He just keeps getting overwhelmed.
Takes him out, operator there. Still sailing, beautiful flash! Right into it, that doesn't connect onto too many, holding onto lane. Kang, and look at it, it's cut up the placement entirely. Nuki towards the back, but EDG have done it! It's 13 to 8 to finish. Hard thought the entire way, but EDG, they move forwards.
BLG, they have already shocked the world with an upset, and they are coming for the king. They have lost before Fnatic one time in this roster against Team Liquid, so it is not impossible.
They've hit the panic button.
What a bizarre brawl we're going to have. A Chronicle with sheer control. YZ and K9 on the floor. You don't get a single fight against Fnatic like that. Just trying to cower for a second or two, allow himself to come out of this, maybe find a fair fight. Spots one, gets him, spotted the second. He knows one's along. He knows where both of these players are. This is very doable. And he's read it. He's read it so damn well! Wait, hold on. He's decided now's the time. But he's now noted at least 2 of the players here. Yosemite digs out Chronicle. It's down to Boaster. He's got to be clean about it. He is! Fnatic near on faultless through map 1. Haven, not their map, but made it their own. From the door side, Paint Shell to follow up, that could be good. Dirk are going to punish the overstep. Bryn's shoulders is now Yosemite, that's a 1v2, it's a good tag, it's not enough.
11 HP.
Well, this is huge. That C's going to be very nice. K9's done very well. Isolates Dirka, slows down. Biang succeeds against Alpha. Now he gets played back in. Incredible from Bilibili. The tick, Fnatic, got to get moving. Rin ready for the fight, but loses. And it's just too much. Fnatic pushed to 13. But this was a damn close affair, and more than most of us expected.